Hey guys, this is Scott, and this is my YouTube channel, Escape Art by Scott. I'm here today. Today is the 16th of February, and I'm here to do another painting video for you. Like I've always said, you know, there's many ways to paint. You know, you give 10 artists, line up 10 artists, and have them give them one picture to paint, and all 10 of them do it different. So, you know, there's many ways to paint. This is just my way of painting. My way might not be best for you. So, you know, take that in consideration, you know. I don't get too technical, you know, with the way I paint. You know, you don't need no 10-year degree in physics and how to paint like how I paint. But anyway, let's get going here. Got a 16 by 20 canvas here. And again, I'm about to mist this top part and put a little layer of white paint. And I'm going to shut off the camera just so I can save a little time, you know, on my battery on my camera here. So, and I'll be right back. Alright, got me some sky blue color. And I'm going to come right up in here. And today will not be much of a sky today, because I'm gonna have me a big old mountain range going all the way across, coming all the way down, and some trees right in front of that. Maybe right down here, just a little bit of land. That's the whole idea of it anyway. And just come in like this. Now I'm gonna go. Oh, that's black. All right, I need to wash off my brush and be right back. Alright, now I got me some phthalo blue, a little darker in this blue here. And I'm just going to come right through here, right here at the top. Maybe work my way down. Something like that. Right. Got me a nice little dry brush. And now working my way up, let's just smooth this out just a little. You got to be careful of this procedure here, because you can blend all this to where just one color, and you don't want that. I like to have a little action in my sky. Maybe you just want a dull color in yours, so just one color. You know, that's up to you, okay? Painting very individual. Very individual. Alright, be right back. Alright, before I put my mountain in, guys, hey, help me out with my channel if you would. Subscribe to that channel for me and hit that old like button. I would appreciate it. That'll keep my videos going here. I believe I got 32 subscribers. I appreciate all of you, whoever you may be, and hopefully I'll get some more. And I think I got over 1,400 views altogether. Of those, this will be my 77th video, and I got about 1,400, just over 1,400 views altogether. So that number needs to get on up too. So you know, pass along to your friends, family, and all that. Help me out. Here we go. Got mixed me up some blue, black, and a whole lot of white. Got me a little blue gray color here. And this is going to be my mountain color. This come right up in here. Like I said, it's going to go all the way across. Something like that. And something like right here maybe. Maybe need to put that down just a little. You gotta be careful when you're misting. You put too much, it's gonna run down. Alright. This mainly going to be, it's going to look like, you know, maybe there's just a ridge of mountains here. That won't be a dip, something like that. Like that there. Now let's just put some color. This right here, it don't matter. It don't matter right here. So we're going to put some highlights in that. So it don't really matter what this looks like. Oh, it's gonna be a huge mountain, ain't it? I might as well go ahead and give me this old brush here, and I can just come down and just brush this in. A little bit mist, a little dry. It's a little dry here. Gotta fix that up. That's one thing I like about acrylics is that you use water to make this paint go on smooth and so to glide. Oil, which I used for many years, you need some type of linseed oil or something like this to make this paint slide on, because the canvas is very dry. It really soaks things up real fast. Like that. I need to touch this up right here. There. Alright. Alright guys, I'm going to let this dry a little bit, but my next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with using a palette knife. I'm going to start putting on the highlights of this mountain. Okay? Now, I'm going to use a palette knife, to do this. Now, I see some people, when they're putting on their highlight, they use a brush. And they'll come up here, I call it chicken picking. Because they look like they're up here and they're, they're up here picking at it. And when they get done, and to me, art, I might think of something great, you might think it looks horrible, and vice versa. But when they come out here and do those brush strokes and all with their thing, with the brush, to me it looks like paint by number set. Because when they paint and then they come right to the right or left or whatever and they put another color in, my way, I'm doing this and I'll, going right on top of that color and I, layer on top of layer. So that, it'll blend in, and to me it looks a little better than putting a little brush stroke here and then put a brush stroke there, and going to the left or right. To me it looks like, paint by number set. Now, you want to paint that way, hey, that's fine, have at it. Again, my way might not be your way, So, and one more thing is that, painting ain't for everybody. Alright, if you don't have no interest in painting, there's nothing wrong with that. But, sit back and you want to enjoy watching me paint. Maybe you get a little bit of entertainment out of it, I don't know. But there's nothing wrong, not painting. But if there's someone out there that just one person that I'm helping, that is trying to paint, and they're having little issues with it, if my little videos are helping that one person, that's good. That's good enough for me. Alright. Just want to share that with you. I'll be right back. This is almost dried enough, so I can put on my next layer of paint, and I'll be right back. Alright. Now what I've done, I marbled me up some paint, some brown, I think burnt umber, and white, and some yellow ochre. I just mixed it up, but I didn't mix it up to one color. I left it, marble like, and I'm going to take my palette knife, and I'm just going to cut across. Now I'm just going to get me a little roll of paint. I don't know if you can see it that well. There's all different kind of things going in that paint. And then I'm going to come right up in here, touch it, and just let it break. Look at all the detail I'm getting into that. People come up here, it'll take them 2 weeks to paint this. Now again, that's on them. And they want to come up here and just chicken pick that paint. Again, it's on them how they do it. But that just don't work for me. I like to get in here and get it done. And just let it come right down. Just letting it break, meaning this base color, I'm letting that show through. Alright? That's the purpose of letting this stuff here break. And don't fight this. Just let it come off the palette knife as it will. It'll look more natural. You know, to me it does. There's that. I'll come over here. Something like this here. There. Now this is going to be something like it's going to be just straight up and down almost. This mountain here, and you know, there are some mountains in the world that's like that. One of the most famous ones, I believe, is called the El Capitan. I don't know, somewhere over there in Venezuela, I don't know, somewhere like that, where it is mainly, it's just straight up and down. It is a mountain climber's nightmare, because there's hardly even any standing water. It's all just flat, right against the mountain. There's hardly any standing water at all. You know, while people want to climb that thing, it is beyond me. That mountain ain't bothering nobody. And they don't want to be bothered by nobody. Okay? And, you know, some years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was, someone climbed it without any rope. They used their bare hands and feet, just climbed it. You know, he finally got up there, but when he got up there, you know, he had to take the helicopter was waiting for him to bring him back down. Now, I ain't going to climb nothing when I get to the top. I got to have a helicopter to bring me back down. That's too far way up there for me. I ain't doing that. Ooh. I can't see it. Now I'm going to go ahead and give me some black color and just come right in here and just put in a little bit of right in here in these little dark crevices. Make it look like, you know, some caves or, you know, whatever. So I'm going to hit the camera off. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. But you guys got the idea. You know, palette knife and just come straight down, let it break. Now you can go and get yourself some old canvases or some canvas board and practice on that. You know, because if you're just trying this for the first time, it probably ain't going to work, and you're going to get mad at stuff and you're going to throw it away. This ain't for me. You need to practice, okay? All right. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to cut this off. Be right back. Now, one way, I'm done with this. One way you could do this is to push this mountain just a little bit further back. You can take a brush and you can just wet it down just a little with your mist. A little misting bottle. Just get a little wet. And then come up here, woo, just lightly touch it. And it will kind of blend these little colors in, make it look like a little distant little mountain. But, you know, it's okay just to leave it like it was. But I thought that it would look a little bit better if I just misted this a little bit. And let it down, and then come back. And again, don't fight this either. And you know, I guess really the main thing about when you're putting your highlights on your mountain, do not cover up this base. Let that come through, okay? Keep that in mind. Alright, be right back. I'm going to let this bottom of this mountain just dry a little bit more. Then I'll come in here and mist some of this at the bottom here. So when I lay my trees across here, it won't look like it's laying right against the mountain. Alright, you need that little misty area to separate your mountain from your trees, what I'm going to be putting in here. But what I wanted to talk to you now about, as this is drying, is I don't really talk enough about it. You you know, that's my fault. But take care of your brushes and your equipment. You know, if you take care of them, it can last for years and years. But if you don't, it might last a week. If you don't mind spending all that money on brushes, you know, fine, spend it. But take care of your brushes. I don't care what you're painting with. I don't care if it's, you know, oil, acrylic, the watercolor, whatever. I don't know how much whatever paint's out there, but anyway, you know, take care of your brushes. You know, make sure you clean them out. Continuous clean, especially if you're using acrylic, because that stuff will dry, you know, in your paintbrush. So, you know, before you know it, it's dry, and you know, you got to work that much harder to clean it. So that's one of the things I do, is that when I turn the camera off, I'll clean my brushes thoroughly, you know, throughout the whole painting process. Oil, you don't need to clean your brushes that much as you're painting. Just that, and when you get done with your painting, that's when you clean your brushes the most. The oil paint takes a long time to dry. Acrylic, you know, 10 minutes. It'll be dried in your brush. You know, it's just that much harder to get that paint out. So again, you know, clean your brushes, and you know, give you an example. What happened to me when I first started using a fan brush, I was practicing making trees with a fan brush, and my trees wasn't coming out right. I could not figure out, for the life of me, what I was doing wrong. I was doing something wrong, and I couldn't figure it out. One day I was at a craft store, and I bought me some more brushes. One of them was a new fan brush. Came back, started painting again, and the trees, they just worked. And what was I doing wrong, and what am I doing right? I couldn't figure it out. So I got to looking at the brushes, and the one that I was using, it was old, brittle. Some of the, you know, bristles were all bent up. You know, I was comparing that to the new brush. You know, I just took the old brush and threw it away. You know, it was, you know, dead on arrival. There wasn't no saving that brush at all, because I did not clean it proper. You know, so again, when you get done with the painting, and as you're cleaning everything up, and you know, you're giving it up for the day, you go inside and doing whatever, going to town, whatever, make sure you look at all your equipment, make sure that all that paint is cleaned out. All right, be right back. All right, guys, I got me a little silver brush here. I got me some white paint, and I'm just going to go right through here, just tapping it right now. And now just coming back in here. Oh, it wasn't dried. All right. Oh well. It'll work, I guess. And just blend this all in. You need a little mist, a little water. Make this little blend a little better. There. Alright, I'm going to give me some more of that white paint. And you got the idea, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cut the camera off, and I'll finish this up and be right back. Alright guys, I got me some black paint, just plain old black paint on a brush right here. And be careful of not covering up all your mist area right through here that you work so hard putting in. And I'll just have your brush this way, horizontal, and just come in up in here. And make your trees. Something like that. You go all the way across. Here. Got all that in. Right. Now you can come back with your brush, you know, and just put in some individual trees. you want. Some over here, and just do some over here. Alright. You just come right down here. And you can just do that. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. Now these little individual trees, you see these little lines, and I'm going to come back and paint each one. Something like that. And I'm just using this straight black. And some of these I'm not even going to paint because they look like trees that's way in the background. Leave them alone. I'm going to go all the way across. This technique that I'm using, just using the corner of the brush, come straight down. And just like that. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I had to charge up the old camera for about an hour or so. But all this right here is true. Dry, good and dry. What I wanted to show you in this particular painting, at this part of this painting, is that, I got all these trees back here, and now what I'm going to do is show you how to put, some leafy, trees in front of each other, and how to layer trees. Now what I got is some sap green, just plain sap green, and I mixed me up some white and sap green to make a lighter green. I mixed me up some sap green and some yellow, a different shade of green, and also got me a little yellow ochre and a little red. So I'm going to use them, here and there and there and here, and and that's how you do it. That's how you layer trees. If you just take, let's say you sap green, and you come up here and you put a tree in, and just a little layer of trees, and you come back with the same color sap green, and you put it in there, you got nothing. You have no layers. So you have to have your first row of trees and then change up your color. Change it up just a little bit. And that's how you layer your trees. So I got me just some plain old sap green, and I'm going to come right up in here, and I'm going to start laying in my very first row of trees here. Something like that. Making sure I'm not going to cover up this, what I've done. That. Alright. Now I'm going to come back with some of that the green and white mixture. I'm going to come right through here, and I'm going to put me a little, some more little trees right through here. Trees, bushes, whatever you want to call them. And that's the way to do it. All this black, let some of that black show through, alright? Come back with some more sap green right in front of that. Put another layer of trees. And that's how you layer. Now let's come back with some old, let's say some yellow ochre. Use the yellow ochre sparingly. through here. Another row of trees right through here. Like that. And I'm just going to go back and forth. And forth and back on this. And I want to go right straight into this regular sap green. Maybe come down the front. Nice big tree here. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come all the way across, and then I'll be right back. I'm getting a little further down here. I'm going to use a little bigger brush. And I'm going to come in and just put a little red in this. A little red tree. Bush, whatever it is. There's here. Now when you're doing anything that's small, you're painting anything that's small, use a smaller brush. It just makes sense. You know, if you want something small and use a bigger brush, you know it's going to be big, more bigger than what you want. So keep that in mind. You want to go something bigger, use a bigger brush. Still going back and forth, using my greens, my yellows, yellow ochre, a little yellow ochre. Over here. Alright, let's come in some of this. Now this is the yellow, the white and the green. Again, leave some of these little areas open here. Don't cover them all up. I made me some gray color on a liner brush. I'm going to put a whole bunch of little stick, twigs, tree trunks, whatever, all through here now. Just everywhere. Alright, I'm going to continue this, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to mist the bottom of this canvas here. I'm almost done with this, guys, almost. Now I'm going to come right here through here with a nice little metal. All the way up there. You'd be surprised once you put in the tree trunks and sticks and twigs, how much that helps out your trees, you know, to look like trees. A little yellow right through here. And again, going back and forth. your dark, yeah, just plain old sap green now. Now I noticed over the time I've been painting, a lot of times I will come in here and color in just painting a dark color, a brown and black mixture, and then come back in here with my green. Well, but that tends to darken up the painting too much, in my opinion. Okay, it really darkens it up. So I've gone more to doing this here, and it's a whole lot easier than, now the other way, you're painting the black and I come in and tap. That gives it a little more, I guess, detail. But I'm doing it this way here today. Again, you do it however you want to. And something like that. Alright. Well guys, I was almost done with this, and I got me some green on my fan brush, and I'm going to come right up in here, and I'm going to put me in a little green. And when you do this, you're basically putting a top on top of your thing here, of your cliff. Now if you don't want this, then by all means don't do it. But this is almost like giving it a ridge. Maybe the little animals that live up in here, they can stand there, whatever, birds can perch on it, and you can even come up with your little brush here, little fan brush, and just put in a little bit too high there. Come back with some more. I'll fix that right up there. Because this, like I said, it almost gives a top to it. Now I'm gonna go sparingly with this here now. I ain't gonna go crazy. Maybe one there. Maybe something over here. Just to give this a little bit more interest. Maybe a little dark sap green right through here. Just give it a little push up. Make it look like trees. Or whatever. There. Now the birds have somewhere to nest. Think of it like that. Well guys, I'm going to call this one finished. Hope you like this one. Again, subscribe to that old channel for me. And hit that like button. And I'll be back shortly to do another video for you. In the meantime, you guys take care of yourselves, and again, come back and see me. You don't need to paint along with me, but just brings a little entertainment to your life. Why not? So, till next time, guys, you take care of yourselves.